on the third day of June for our regular board meeting. And the first thing we need to do is the pledge. Is everybody ready? Pledge allegiance
Pledge allegiance
to the
flag
of
of the United States of America,
and
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Josh, you next. You want to introduce your guy?
Yes, well, not mine.
Do we have to? Did we have to technically say the word call to order? I guess you did.
But,
There you go.
I've got with us tonight our new planning director, Nick Hutchinson. I'm going to step away for a few moments. I'm going to let Nick come up and introduce himself to the board and go from there.
Thank you. I am Nick Hutchison. I joined the organization a little over a week ago. And prior to coming to Paducah, I was with MoCan Regional Council, which is a metropolitan planning organization. And prior to that, I was working for the City of St. Joseph. So I have a pretty extensive background in planning, land use, planning law, that type of thing. So I'm looking forward to working with the Board of Adjustment and getting to know each of you as we move forward. So if you guys ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to me and I'd be happy to assist.
Well, we're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, sir. Look forward to talking to you more.
Absolutely.
Welcome to Paducah.
Thanks.
Thanks, Nick.
Guess the roll call, Josh?
Mr. Georgie,
Present.
Mr. Perry,
Present.
Ms. Young,
Present.
Chair Davis.
Present. So the minutes, does anybody want to read the minutes from our last meeting, or would somebody like to make a motion to
Madam Chair, I have a motion that we accept the minutes as printed.
I second that.
Who is the second? I'm sorry.
I will.
Perry.
Patrick. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Patrick.
Madam Chair, you ready for a roll call on the minutes?
oh, yes, sir, I'm sorry.
Ms. Young,
Aye.
Mr. Georgie,
Aye.
Mr. Perry,
Aye.
Chair Davis.
Aye. I guess we're ready. The first thing on the agenda tonight is a case 421 North 12th Street. Would somebody like to read that? Or does anybody have that?
Yep, I have it.
Okay, babe, thank you.
All right. I move that this board receive and file the application of Ray Jones for a 370 square feet dwelling unit size variance request for a 480 square foot single family home to be placed at 421 North 12th Street. I further move that because the proposed structure does not meet building code requirements for a single family dwelling unit, the petition be tabled generally until said requirements are met.
Any discussion?
Who is the second?
Second, anybody?
I'll second. Carol Young.
Thank you, Ms. Young. Staff has looked at this request for this variance, and we have also consulted with the Fire Prevention Department. As presented, the structure can't be used as a single-family dwelling unit based on construction and that sort of thing. Staff has asked Mr. Jones, the petitioner, to submit something to Fire Prevention that can be approved, before we refer it for a recommendation to you all. He was amenable to doing so. He had mentioned he was going to be on the call tonight, but I'm not sure if he is with us or not.
Is anyone else here present representing Mr. Jones? Okay.
Well, does anybody have any comments?
No comments.
Comments?
I guess we will vote yay on the
Yay or nay?
yay on postponing it.
So there was no one came forward to speak or had any comments or objections for it. So
I guess you can call the roll. Josh?
Mr. Georgie,
Aye.
Mr. Perry,
aye.
Ms. Young,
Aye.
Chair Davis.
Aye.
Okay.
The second case is 234 Circle. Mr. Patrick, do you have that? Did you
I
read it?
believe so. Yes. Let me just thumb through the 4 sheets here to get to the right one.
Okay, thank you.
Read it, but I just have to get it in front of me here. Said it did. I get everything laid out in order, then can't put my fingers on it.
It's the long one.
Well, said I had it in front of me.
Patrick, you want me to do it?
Yeah, go ahead, Ari.
Okay.
You got it.
I move that this board receive and file the application of Sandra Robertson for approval of a 6-foot side yard variance request for a 480 square foot garage to be constructed 2 feet off the west property line at 234 Circle. I further move the request variance arises from special circumstances which do not generally apply to land in the general vicinity or in the same zone, and the strict application of the provisions of the regulation would deprive the applicant of the reasonable use of the land or would create an unnecessary hardship on the applicant, and circumstances are not the result of action of the applicant taken subsequent to the adoption of the zoning regulation for which relief is sought. I further move that the variance be approved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Staff is forwarding a favorable recommendation on this case to the BOA. 2 feet from the property line will allow sufficient area for the garage to be maintained. The existing garage does have a back wall that is bowing out, and further, there's no mortar around the base of the garage. It was constructed in 1937 at the same time as the house, and it does have some deferred maintenance issues on it, which would facilitate the need for it to be replaced. We do have the petitioners with us tonight to further answer any questions that you might have.
Does anybody have any questions or concerns?
Do
No?
not.
None.
Well, me either.
Does anybody have any, is anybody on here against the proposal? Any potential issues from neighbors, Josh?
I did receive one email from the property owner to the north that faces Alvin Barkley. Her issue was the rear property line, but I advised her the same as email as you all got, that the petition is for the side property line, is accessory structures can be built up to the rear property line now.
Okay.
That was the only correspondence I had received.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I drove by the property and she does need a new garage, so I don't blame her.
Okay.
Okay.
No
If
further questions.
no other questions, I will call the roll.
Mr. Georgie,
Aye.
Mr. Perry,
Aye.
Ms. Young,
Aye.
Chair Davis.
Aye. Okay, Josh, the only other thing we have on here tonight is.
Just want to say thank you, guys. Thank you,
Thank
Josh.
you. Thank you
Oh,
so
you're
very much. Thank you so very much. I'm glad you noticed my garage.
I did. I drove by today and looked at it.
Thank you.
Josh, you were great to work with.
Thank
Just the city's lucky to have you, and just thank you for everything.
Well, thank you, Matt. I appreciate that.
Oh, he's a keeper. Okay. The next thing was discuss on returning to in-person meetings, Josh. So,
The expectation from city leadership is to return all boards to in-person in the commission chambers like it used to be. The Paducah City Commission and the Planning Commission are already meeting back in person. A week from today, on the 11th, Kentucky is lifting all restrictions due to the coronavirus distancing and caps on meeting and things like that. So per our last meeting, we was going to discuss it at this meeting between the members to decide if it would be the right time to return to the in-person meetings. From a staff perspective, I would encourage you all to do so.
Josh, do we need to vote on that?
No, there's no formal process to bring it back to City Hall. Since it was really informal when we got kicked out of City Hall, but it is just an agreement. If y'all decide to, then I will start making the agendas for in-person meetings.
I'm good with.
I'm fine with.
Go back into in-person meetings because everybody else is going back into them,
Yeah.
especially the city government.
Is it possible to stay off-site as a hybrid? I say that because our meetings are typically 10 to 15 minutes long, and it takes 10 to 15 minutes to get there.
Right. The direction I've received for all the boards, and you all received the email from Claudia quite a while back, the expectation is to have everybody in City Hall, the full board, at a meeting. So that is the direction I've got, and that's what I would reiterate.
Okay. Then it doesn't sound like we really have a discussion to have. Then
it would be nice to continue. It would save us a lot of people drive time, and the only advantage I think it would have, the advantage though to the public is, it even like us, we've used Zoom and we've used network meetings, but it always seems to be a little glitch or something. You can't find the login. I sometimes wonder if people want to attend, but then maybe they just can't get the little gremlins worked out at the last minute. So I guess if we meet in person,
Yeah, well, everybody else is meeting in person and driving, so we gotta do the same thing, I think.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think more of the public would come into the meetings rather than the Zoom because everybody is not comfortable with tech.
Right.
Exactly.
We do want the public to participate and be a part of our meetings when possible.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, Josh, I guess you're good with that. So is there any other business?
No. I've not received anything yet for the next meeting, which will be June 28th. If I don't receive anything, I'll be glad to let you know. And as always, I'll be sending out an agenda and packet for our next meeting, if that's either this month or next.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything?
I have a question. When Mr. Key used to meet with us, and I guess he's kind of retired, the legal counsel or whatever. Is that something? Remember how was it, Mr.
Yeah.
How does that work in the future? Do they have another one on staff at some point, or?
Well, he's on retainer on an
he still is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still here.
Okay.
If there's a looming
He's still
question,
around, very much so.
if there's a looming question or if the board has a question about something, he's still available to answer questions if need be.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay, guys, I guess that's it. Meeting's adjourned, or do we need to vote to
Make a
adjourn?
motion to adjourn,
Okay,
and I'll second the motion to adjourn. I can't make the motion to adjourn, but you made it, I guess, and I'll second it.
okay.
Okay. Mr. Perry,
Aye.
Ms. Young,
Aye.
Mr. Georgie.
Aye.
Chair Davis.
Aye.
We're adjourned at 5:46.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ladies. Thank
Thank
you,
you. Bye-bye.
gentlemen.